Hey team, I wanted to make this episode here today a really snack-sized, bite-sized type episode that was also wildly valuable and a topic that is so important to me, because anybody who works with me closely will tell you that there's been plenty of times where I probably pointed out to them directly about, do you even want to earn more money or do you want to get more time off? My whole focus for the people that come in the whole way that, you know, any great coach that really cares about their students or the people that they work with is not really what it is that they want. Sometimes it is what they want, but it's almost always based on what it is that they need. And, you know, on the front end, a lot of people will come to me because they need more leads and sales. And as you've probably seen from my Instagram stories, if you follow me there and see what we share in terms of the speed and amplitude, or whatever the word is, of results that come in there, you'll know that we've got no problem helping people get more leads and sales. That's the easy bit. And to be honest, that would be our job done. And people would be very happy with that. But my key focus with everybody that comes in is to build a repeatable, profitable, and scalable system so that they have predictability in those leads and sales that are coming in. But furthermore, my goal is to see people being able to spend more time with their friends, their family, and the people that they love, doing the things that they love outside of the business as well. Now, I love my business. The people that I work with love their businesses as well. But, you know, nobody realistically wants to be working from the crack of dawn right to midnight, 7 days a week, no time off, no time for relationships, no time to see the people that we love, and no time to do anything outside of work that we love as well. We like variety in our lives, and we like to be able to do our hobbies and see the people that we love and do the things that we love outside of the business as well. And so plenty of the people that I work with will testify that there's been times where people have been like, wow, just hit like a 50K month. And then they're like, right, so what's the game plan to get to 75K or to get to 100K month? And I'll sometimes hit them with the question of, well, I'm totally fine with us building this plan out, and I would love to, but can I just make sure that the question shouldn't actually be, how do I hit another 50K month whilst working less? And the big thing is that most people came into expert coaching consulting because the game plan for them was to earn more money, have predictability, but also the big one, and the word gets thrown around a lot, but freedom. And not many people have it. And it's something that I focus on hard with my coaching students, even if sometimes they maybe don't realize that that's something that I'm trying to build them towards. Plenty of them know it because I brought it up directly to them. But a lot of people, especially when they first come in, all we're going to talk about is getting the strategies in place for their predictable, profitable, and scalable system, generating more leads and sales. But as soon as we start bringing in the predictability of leads and sales, my focus starts to turn to, well, what's their lifestyle like and how can we help them? And happiness is like my big goal. I just love seeing people happy. But the big thing here is, what is the strategy that actually gets you to that point? And I have been helping people for years and years and years, but it goes right back to when I launched my first proper business. Of course, washing cars, picking whelks on the shore, selling them to the local fish factory and things. When I was much younger, that was, I guess, a way of generating income, and therefore a bit of a business as a sense. But I mean like proper business, setting up a proper limited company, being of age, and it being my full-time focus. And when I had that business, we put ourselves in a lot of pressure. We signed our lives away before we made a single sale, or made sure that this was something that somebody wanted. Hundreds of thousands of pounds of contracts and commitments made, personal liability, even though we had the limited company, because the trust wasn't there, because we had never ran anything like this before as well. So we had to personally make ourselves liable to this. So could have ended up like bankrupt and everything very quickly. I mean, if you don't laugh, you'll cry type thing. But at the time, we thought, just like everybody does, everybody will want to buy what's in my head. Everybody will just want to buy what's floating around my head and I'm really excited about. That's what we all do when we start our businesses, right? And then you get that kick in the mouth that every single person gets when they first start their business and they realize it's a lot harder than they thought. Back then, I wasn't a marketer. I had a lot of interest in sales, marketing, and everything about business. And I've had a massive passion for business since I was super young. I was that weird guy that you hear about that sold some stuff at school and things like that, which is a story for another day, selling Tetley tea men. So we ended up getting the ball rolling with the business and realizing very quickly that it wasn't as easy as we thought, just like everybody else here has experienced. And we had already signed our lives away for, I think, hundreds of thousands, multiple, in terms of contracts, personal liability, and things like that. We had to make it work. It was a forceful have to. And we spent the first few months absolutely working our asses off trying to make sales. And when I mean there was no sales, I mean there was no sales. And that was picking up the phone, that was like researching, picking up the phone, follow-up emails, this, that, the other, like doing all the standard stuff to make high-ticket sales in the space that we were working in. And we were hammering it. And our solution to the whole problem was to add more hours. And we were already probably sleeping about 2 or 3 hours a night. We'd be writing emails right into the middle of the night till like 3 in the morning, and then we would literally go to sleep at 3. We would get up at 6 so that we could send out the emails that we had written in draft. Like, that's how gung-ho we were with our system for generating leads and sales, which was very inefficient, as you can imagine and you're hearing right now. And it wasn't until, first of all, I realized that other people have the answers to the questions that I have or the problems that I have. Other people have been here before. Other people have solved this problem before. And instead of me just trying to find out through trial and error how to get to the other side, let's just start going to the people who've already done it and get into conversations with them, try and take them out for coffees, sign up for programs and different things that we signed up for as well. And as a team, we signed up to a whole bunch of different things. And it's funny, it was one of the very first things that we were actually taught that ended up being so effective, which at the time, I don't think the terminology was even there, but influencer marketing. And we went down that route of finding influencers that we could get involved in our large scale event completely for free, but they had big names. And we used the value switch of positioning them as headliners, which we did, put them on the posters, social media, all that stuff, while simultaneously we then got to piggyback their names and sell exhibition stands. And we got to piggyback their names and get other fitness celebrities and things like that to get involved in the event. And it was that light bulb moment that, first of all, other people have the answers to get me to where I want to go much quicker. And now I have coaches for everything outside of business as well. If I basically got a hobby that I'm actually really passionate about, I go to the people who are the absolute best. I don't care if it comes at a premium price point. I just look at it as fast tracking my way there, and it'll probably even save me money in the long term anyway in terms of coaching. So I just go for the best of the best from the word go. But the really big thing that we learned over the next sort of 4 or 5 years until we ultimately sold that business was building out repeatable, profitable, and scalable systems. And that means that instead of having to reinvent your marketing every single week, every single month, and even when we were running an annual large-scale event, we were looking at it as, we don't even want to reinvent our marketing every year. We want to have the same system every year, knowing what works and what doesn't work, and tripling down on the things that have worked in the past, to the point in which we already knew what we would be doing every January, and we knew what we would be doing every February and March, and so on and so forth. We knew exactly when we'd launch tickets, how we'd launch tickets, what we'd do in the 8-week run up to launching those tickets. We knew what we would do after the buzz of the first early bird tickets had gone out. And nothing changes, and nothing has changed with the way that transfers over into expert coaching and consulting. The only difference is, instead of looking at it as an annual thing, which you still can, by the way, and plenty of our private coaching clients do have certain things that they do at certain times of the year. However, the really big thing is that every expert coaching consultant should have a repeatable, profitable, and scalable system in which they have 4 to 7 different strategies for generating leads and sales on a month-to-month basis, not the 50 to 100 things that most experts and coaches and consultants are doing with very limited amounts of success, if any. So they're dabbling in 100 different things at once, small little strategies here and there. That didn't work, so what's next? That didn't work, so what's next? That didn't work, so what's next? Right, guess I have to start working Saturdays and Sundays because I'm not generating leads and sales. You should have just a small handful of strategies that are cherry-picked for you, depending on what kind of expert coaching consultant are you? Do you already have an audience? Do you have an email list or do you not? Have you ran Facebook ads before? These sort of questions should help somebody like me, and they do, define the perfect strategies that are cherry-picked for you. Now, when you have those 4 to 7 strategies that you can repeat, you can build that into a monthly plan. And you can say, on the first week of every month, this is what I do. On the second week of every month, this is what I do. On the third week of every month, this is what I do. And on the fourth week of every month, this is what I do. And when you have that nailed down, the amazing thing is the build out of these strategies, which a lot of them don't even need a build out, but the ones that do, let's say there's funnels involved and emails and potentially even Facebook ads involved as well. Well, they get built out the first time. And as long as they've been cherry picked correctly for you, and as long as they perform well and have a profitable ROI, all you have to do going into month 2 and month 3 and month 4 is refine, optimize, and scale. So you end up with less work to do. You end up walking into every single month knowing the exact strategies that are happening each time. You get to repeat every single one. You get to use the same emails. You get to use the same Facebook ads. You get to use the same funnels. You might do nothing other than change the dates on them if it's a date-orientated thing, such as a challenge or a paid challenge or a webinar or whatever it may be. And when you have this, you have 4 to 7 chances across the month to generate leads and sales. 4 to 7 individual ways to do it that have all been cherry-picked for you because of their likelihood of success, which means that you've got 4 to 7 ways that should individually bring in leads and sales. It also stops offer fatigue. So it's not that you just have one way of generating leads and sales and everybody is expecting to come through your systems the same way. So things change on a week-to-week basis. It keeps people highly engaged and gives them multiple entry points into your products and services. And the really cool thing for me here is that many people in our private coaching have gone from being that busy 7 days a week expert coach consultant working around the clock, stressed out of their eyeballs, not generating leads and sales and really struggling, to hitting these 10, 20, 30, 40, 50K months and working less than they ever have done before. And the first step, and the thing that I always hear, and I absolutely love this, is I actually took the weekend off. It's the first time that I've done that in about 2 years. And so we just finished up this Facebook Ads Bootcamp, and it's been an incredible week, and the feedback has been sensational as always. And we've got a whole bunch of new private clients off the back of it who are all having their kickoff calls on Tuesday and Thursday next week as well. But this weekend, I'm taking the weekend off. And, we've got the systems in place that allow us to do that and keep all of our clients still hyper focused on throughout the period. Even if I was to take a 48-hour period off, I could still dive in if I wanted to, but I've also now got my coaches there that people have close contact with that can book calls with them at any time that they want. So we've got all-round support within our systems as well. But even if I wanted to take, a weekend off, but just spend half an hour answering questions each day inside the group, that would be an absolute breeze for me as well. That's what I want to do. It's what I enjoy doing anyway, and still gives me a complete switch off to recharge the batteries and get into the next week just full-fledged and buzzing to be there, speaking to the new private coaching clients and working with the current ones as well. And that's what I really want for everybody coming through. And so I just want everybody knowing that this is the ultimate goal for just about all experts, coaches, and consultants, to generate more leads and sales, to have higher income, to have predictability in their business on a month-to-month basis, and to get more time off, which is for many of you time off for the first time in years. And this is exactly how you do it, by building that repeatable, profitable, and scalable system with cherry-picked strategies specifically for you that don't have to change on a month-to-month basis, that all work really well, and all you're really working on going forward is repeating the system, perfecting the system and scaling the system. And so if you want to build out that system, I have two options for you. The first one is just head over to Instagram right now and DM me the word clients. If you want more clients, I will speak to you in there. We'll find out a little bit more about your business. We'll give you some tips and strategies if you want in there, but we can also discuss how we could work closely together as well. We don't push anybody into anything they're not right for, not ready for, or anything. It's a really, really casual chat. It's why we don't get refund requests, even though most people in this demographic of helping people with their marketing don't even have refund policies. We don't get refund requests even though we've got the policy in place. So you can jump through, have a conversation with me and just talk about your business, and we'll cherry pick a few strategies for you. We'll work out what is your key opportunities based on, do you have an email list? Do you have good social media following? Are you just a brand new coach in the marketplace? Have you ran ads before or have you not? We'll ask these questions. We'll be able to define exactly what is perfect for you.